Okay, undercut video for Glocks. Primarily making this video for Marty so he can see how easy it is with a Dremel. Marty Thompson is an incredible shooter. He lives down in South Carolina, I would presume, right? Hence the SC,
Think.
isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know, it doesn't matter. His YouTube channel is Backyard SC Shooter. He's got like over 1,000 followers or subscribers, so look him up. We've learned a lot from him, so we're doing this because he's getting all chewed up from Glock finger. So we're going to show him how easy it is with a cheap Dremel. They're cheap. I bought this one at a yard sale for like 10 bucks. So we usually pick them up whenever we can. So these wheels are they're only about 9/16 in diameter, and they seem to be just about perfect for doing an undercut on a grown man. You'll need two of them. You'll need the coarse one and a fine one, and then some form of polishing wheel if you want to smooth it out real nice. Some people don't care. So basically, you're just going to cut right into here. You don't want to start the wheel right in the corner though, because you'll end up chewing up too much back here. So what you got to do is you kind of got to start forward and then work your way down, and you'll see. You see? Did you catch that? You don't want to start way up in this pocket, like the armpit. You need to start forward, like right into here, and you're going to reshape this from there forward. You don't want to cut into here, because again, you're going to start cutting into this. And you'll see I'm going to screw up. Since I have a Talon rubber thing on here, I'm probably going to bump the rubber from time to time and hit it, but that's a good thing. If you want to put tape, get some masking tape and put some tape right here to keep you from chewing that up too much, you can do that. So anyways, you don't want to go too high of a speed like this, because you'll end up just burning too much plastic and it'll come off in big lumps. So I usually go somewhere in here, like a medium. Flip it up this direction, maybe like on the edge of your bench. And then again, you're starting forward. Probably going to need more speed than that. And you're starting forward. See how it's actually forward now? I'm not way back in that armpit. And that's all you're going to do. You're just going to keep going straight across. It's real easy. I'm shaking right now because I haven't enough coffee for this morning. But just keep working it across. Probably going to need more speed than this, but I wasn't sure how loud it's going to be on the camera. Try not to slip off. See, that's approaching too much speed, and you can tell by how it's really burning. So I'm going to back it down just a little bit. You can see what we got going on here. It's basically forward of the actual armpit. And you'll see once you get deep enough with this, it'll start feathering. It'll come right into the corner. As you see, it doesn't take much. We're going to be there in a few minutes. And I wouldn't go like this. Don't round over the corner. Don't round over this corner. Just keep cutting it straight across for now. And you can really easily see when you go too far the one direction. I'll do it on purpose. And you see when you come out of the valley, and you see I went too far on that high side. So it's real easy to stay right in the middle and get a nice cut going. It's not hard to do. Just keep working at it. You could probably take the speed up and cut really aggressively at first. And We'll go ahead and do that because I don't want to burn up 20 minutes of video time. That's really fast. If you've got that kind of a pitch coming, you're going to melt plastic. Some guys probably do it that way, but I don't like to. See how much plastic is actually melting, which is okay. You can crack it right off. It doesn't allow you too much time to really see what you're doing. And crack it off. So when you start taking off, you get down to about halfway. You're going to get down to about this depth. Let me take this down so it's not so noisy. You're going to get down to about this depth in here, and at some point you're going to have to start feathering back up this curve. And you could probably see that I could probably go a little deeper before I start getting a ridge here. So now what you got to do is again go down to a medium speed and start feathering that bump out. And you can just basically, all you're going to do then is you're going to come forward a little bit and just ride that bump. It is not hard, especially it's good if you got steady hands. And I know Marty's got steady hands because he hits everything that he shoots at. So,
I think he lives in Georgia.
Oh, is it Georgia?
Yeah, he was on his self-defense shooting video. He talking about him having his Georgia place.
I don't know what the SC is about. I thought that meant South Carolina or something. But. So, and you see I got a little wobbly there, but it's very easy to fix. I'm shaky this morning. It's really early. And I'm probably too fast because I'm getting some melting going on. So slow it down. And again, feather it in. And that's probably too slow. So now you've already got the makings. It's nowhere near as fine as it could be, and you've already got the makings of a good undercut. This just doing this right here in the 5 minutes we've been working on it will relieve that Glock finger issue drastically. So what I like to do is basically lay it down now and take a look at it. Scrape the edge off and see where you're at. See, obviously I need to go back a little bit more. So and again, I'm kind of curving around the corner now to try not to hit my rubber talon too much, which I probably already have quite a bit, but no big deal. They're only 20 bucks, and if you tear it up that bad, you can replace it. Some guys like to round it this way, so it feels a little more comfortable in the hand. Eventually you're going to get to a point where you like the depth. You like how thin this is right here, and then you can take your Dremel and take it down really slow, and then just kind of tap this edge and give you some roundness there. Same thing with this one. If you don't want that sharp of an edge, you can feather that over, and again just go across it and take most of it down like so, and then you can feather it over. That's looking okay. Rotate it this way to come to this side. Obviously I'm not deep enough right there, so I'm going to go back up in speed. Again, trying not to hit the actual grip too much. You'll get to a point where you can really get that wheel in there. And these 9/16 wheels really are a good size for doing this. They have them everywhere. Home Depot and Lowe's, everybody's got them. And they got Dremels too if you don't have one. So, I mean, that's definitely not what I would consider finished, but just trying to show that in 10 minutes of time you can relieve all that. And that's already a really good cut. It's a little rough. That was the coarse bit, by the way, so you can do it quickly. It could use some work. So now, since we're about there, I'm going to change this to the fine. Maybe. There we go. And again, slow speed. Definitely slow speed for the fine work. This Dremel's really old, so it doesn't go very fine. And now you can round over the ridges. You know, you'll see some rough spots if you don't have a steady hand. But that's looking a lot better already. Not my best work, but again, I'm trying to show you that if you just, it doesn't take much, you know, you don't have to be, it is not rocket science at all. I mean, you can make a big deal about it, and, oh God, it doesn't look perfect, you know, well, it's a gun, it's a tool, it doesn't need to look perfect, doesn't need to look as we like to say, you're not building a watch. So some guys get sandpaper out and they progressively sand in here to go up finer and finer and finer, all the way up to 800, 1,000 grit sandpaper, and they make it look like polished mirrored plastic. I don't care that much. Usually I take it down to the coarse wheel, to the fine wheel, and then I do a little bit of polishing with a foam. This is actually a felt that's been really wore out. Take a little bit of flitz. I just use flitz. You don't have to use flitz. You can use any type of, you could probably use toothpaste, to be honest. But just put a little bit in there so it's got some kind of lubrication. And then take this. Again, slow speed. It's going to fly everywhere, and it burns when you get it in your eyes. I don't know what's in flitz, but it burns. And again, you kind of blend the Glock texture if you want. And again, try to go around your edges like this with your wheel, because that's really where you'll feel that sharp edge if you want to look clean. And again, this is not fine sanding. This is not going to be that mirrored finish when I'm done with it that you see some of those guys on the Facebook groups. I can't, that one guy with, what is it, Assad? His last name's Assad, I think.
Like that.
He does amazing stippling and undercut work. But he fine sands, you know. It probably takes him an hour or better to do what we just did in what's the video at right now?
20.
13 minutes. So, and that's about, you know, that's about as undercut as you'll ever need it to be. And as you see, it looks pretty good. You can keep polishing that. You can keep fine dremeling that down a little bit more. Polish it a couple of more times, and it'll look awesome. So, there you go. Oh, you want me to talk about that? Yeah, here's another one. This is my stepson's Glock 19, and we did the undercut on his, and then he wanted the forward cut as well. And that all that is just, see, we didn't fine sand his very good. That's just like the coarse wheel, and that was it, because we didn't care.
Like you said, it's a tool.
It's a tool. It's a combat weapon. So, hence the ugly grip tape on here. So that's the same thing. If you want the forward cut, you just got to take your, just got to take the Dremel, figure out where your hands go. You know, figure out, take a look at it. You know, some guys may be like this. Some guys may be whack. I have pretty fat, as we call them, sausage fingers. So that one fits me real good. So my undercuts are about right there, you know. That's pretty good. So figure out where you need to do it, and then just, again, start feathering that in, and that's all you got to do. They're not straight on here because your hands aren't straight. And we found out later that we actually kind of want them straight because when you switch to offhand, now it's too fat.
Yeah.
See, it's thicker on this side and thinner on this side. So they're kind of tapered with the taper of your fingers. So someday we'll probably fix it. So, but anyways, that's for Marty. As you see, 10, 12, 13 minutes and a Dremel, and you got yourself an undercut, and you can let that finger heal. See ya.